Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 9th of September, 2023. Another good variety streaming day after yesterday having been Action Day, coming back from my day off and playing Armored Core 6 and Street Fighter 6. Today, all chill RPG fun. So let's give you a little bit of a recap of what went down today. First of all, a very different Level 1 podcast. Didn't have any real news to talk about. Didn't really have anything to recap from a day off. So instead, it was mostly interacting with the audience, just having good conversation and back and forth fun in that regard. It was a pretty good podcast, because of that. It was a more relaxing one, and I like doing those. I like the fact that on any given day, whether I have a huge agenda of things to talk about or really nothing, we can still have a great time together and enjoy the show. So it went pretty well, and then we jumped back into Starfield. Today, I like to think we did quite a bit of good stuff in Starfield. Continued on with the Paradiso questline and finished up with that questline of the human settlers who were arriving at the planet and wanted to live there, but the people already owned the planet and had the rights to it, so they didn't want them to live there. So we had a little bit of figuring out what to do with them. Had a continuation of the plot line that had to do with the trees at New Atlantis. We went and actually did a big rescue mission. We went back to the original planet that the game had started on, the mining planet, to see what happened to Barrett. Remember, Barrett was a member of the Constellation crew that had, landed there to see this artifact that we had found while mining, and he had stayed behind. And now we had done all these hours and hours of gameplay. Gee, what happened to him? We go back and found out there was a big mission there of rescue and all kinds of stuff there, so we did that. Actually ended up on a couple different new planets. One I think was called Hope. I want to say it was Hopeport. And the other one was like Aquila City, and both were completely different styles of settlements. We did quest lines in each. In fact, I joined a new faction and have begun doing missions for the Freestar Collective faction, I believe it's called. Lots of speech challenges, lots of lock picking, some leveling of those abilities. So overall today, all right, I kind of stayed away from the things that up to this point have really been annoying me. And instead, we focused on the narrative and the story structure and the branching paths and the fun parts that make Bethesda RPGs great. And today was a really good stream. Like, I had a lot of fun. Everyone watching seemed to enjoy. It was basically Bethesda at their best, okay? Luckily, that happened the whole stream because, as you know, there's been other streams where we have like a whole hour of frustration trying to figure out something new they threw into this game that wasn't in previous Bethesda games that really doesn't work very well. We didn't really have to struggle with that today, and that was obviously a good thing. But I will say this. For me right now, the ongoing frustration is the whole research and upgrades and those kind of crafting systems. They seem way too complicated. I mean, at this point now, okay, to give you an example, I am currently 17 hours into Starfield, and I don't have anything but like a very basic crafting level for anything. I can't really modify weapons that well. I can't really craft many useful items. I guess the game is meant to be at a minimum of 60 hours long, so maybe I'm only being a third in, that's why. But you would think by now, especially because one of my specialties, my class, started with level 1 research. See, I got a head start on everyone else. The research is like insanely slow in this game. It almost seems like the only way to get research going is to have a specified research class where all you're doing is putting all your efforts into the research trees, and that's it. Because I'm upgrading things like lockpicking and persuading, and I already bought 1 or 2 things with piloting ships, so I haven't bought any further levels like of research. And because of that, I feel like I've kind of hit a wall, and I'm getting all these resources and everything, and I'm gathering all this inventory and loot, and I'm not doing anything with it. So it does feel kind of stagnant in that regard. Outside of that, though, like everything I did today quest-wise was very fun, and I had a great time with that. Then on tonight's late stream, it was Chrono Trigger. Now, we could have finished Chrono Trigger tonight. If that's what people really had wanted, we have basically the Black Omen, which is essentially the final dungeon, and then we have the finale boss fight and end parts of the game, which, all in all would have been less than 2 hours to finish the game tonight. But there was new content added to the game when it was ported to the Nintendo DS during the 2000s called The Lost Sanctum. This is essentially a 2-part timeline plotline where you're doing missions for a bunch of reptites that you found in these caves, and by traveling between the 2 time periods, you can get items. Like, for example, you find a piece of sand, you plant it with a seed, you go to the future, now there's a tree, and you harvest the stuff from the tree, you go back to the past, you do stuff with that allows you to go back to the future, and you do more. So it's kind of like that whole idea of the side content of Chrono Trigger, where you do something in the past, it affects the future. That's essentially what this Lost Sanctum is. It's kind of like almost like the Endgame epitome of what that would be. However, it is tedious. And what I mean by that is it's not necessarily ultra fun. There's a lot of backtracking to the same areas over and over, and a lot of repetitive fighting. So, today, that's all we did. And in 2 hours, we didn't finish it. The good news is it's not a waste, because number one, you get a lot of good items doing this. We got some really good specialty items and things for the end of the game. And in addition, my characters are leveling up and getting their ultimate abilities. They all have their final ability they're trying to learn, and a lot of characters already did. I think we only have, I want to say Magus and maybe Robo, because Morrow learned Arise, so I think it may only be the two left who haven't learned their ultimate abilities yet, who need to learn them. And then once you do that, then you have all the triple text and stuff that unlock. So we're pretty much at the end of the whole, get the characters to their highest capability kind of a deal, as a result of doing this content. Okay, now here's the deal. I know we've been playing Chrono Trigger for a long time. In fact, as of tonight, FYI, that is 22 hours of gameplay for a classic RPG. And I know people want me to focus on other things, whether it's Mortal Kombat 1 coming out on Friday, whether it's more progress in Starfield, whether it's finishing Armored Core 6, so we will have more time to focus on the new games. I know people want new stuff, and Chrono Trigger's been great. I absolutely love the playthrough. I'm feeling like it's time to kind of wrap it up. So what I'm thinking is when we play it again on Tuesday night, hopefully we can wrap up the Lost Sanctum questline quickly. I think maybe another half an hour to finish it, and then we go to the end of the game, and we could probably finish the game on Tuesday night. Perhaps. I'm not going to rush it. If we do need one more night stream of it, I'm not going to complain, but I think that we're nearing the end of it. Now, some people have already said, well, you're going to do New Game Plus, and you're going to push through all the endings. I mean, I'll be honest, we're kind of in the same situation we were when I played this game 10 years ago. When I started to play through, it was super fun, and it was during dead time of the summer, but now we're heading into busy times where other things are going on, and people want to see other games, including me. It's like, do I want to do another 2-3 optional streams to play through the game again at New Game Plus and beat the final boss at certain parts of the game to see the endings? I don't know. We'll see. Let's put it that way, but I'm not promising it, and I'm thinking kind of like what we did with GTA 5. Possibly this Tuesday would be the final part of the playthrough for now, but in the future, if people wanted to see a one-off, spin-off stream as a late-night chill thing in the future to see alternate endings and stuff, maybe we would do it. Again, it depends, because I don't remember how to end this Lost Sanctum plotline. I think we're near the end of it. And if we are, then I'm pretty confident that we could probably finish this game Tuesday night. But let's see what happens. And again, if you've been watching the playthrough, if you want to leave comments on it, or even on this video to give me some feedback on that, what you think, please let me know, okay? But also, another awesome thing today, incredibly supportive day. Second day in a row, people were supporting the streams very well, whether it was super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, and tips. Great today. So thank you so much. I mean, 2 days into the week, we already had an outstanding start. I'm very happy with this. So hopefully this momentum can stay going. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate that. Now, tomorrow is Sunday, and you know what that means. Tomorrow is React Day. So tomorrow in the morning, we will have a regular Level 1 podcast here on DSP Gaming at 10:45 a.m. Pacific Time. But then around 12:45 p.m., we're going to switch over to DSP Reacts for 3 hours of reacting to clips that the members of the channel have nominated. In fact, the moment I finish recording this and I start uploading, I'm going to jump over and make the playlist for tomorrow's show. So that'll be a fun, 3 hours of reacting to fun clips from all over the internet. Always a good variety of stuff. Hope you guys will join me for that and hopefully support that stream. As I talked about last week, yeah, the React stuff is fun, but especially this month, it looks like we're not doing any other specialty stuff there. So I'm really going to need some help supporting live during those streams, because that's the only real support I get for the channel. I don't make ad revenue on those videos. No exaggeration. 5 out of the 6 videos I uploaded last week for DSP versus the internet, I made nothing on. So there you go. So please check that out tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we do get back to regular gameplay here on DSP Gaming at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Time on the late stream. More Starfield. So we'll continue on with the awesome plot lines we've been doing. Maybe more of this, what is it, Free Star Collective, perhaps? Or maybe we'll do something else. I don't know. We got a lot going on in the questing there, and we have a lot of options to choose from. So we'll see. Okay? But Great streaming day today. Thank you all so very much for a great day and all the support. And tomorrow, hopefully, let's keep this momentum rolling with a fun React today and Starfield, okay? Everyone, thank you so very much. Please have a good evening. Enjoy the videos for today. I'll see you all tomorrow for an awesome day. As always, here on DSP Gaming and on DSP Reacts. Good night.